This is the 2026 Honda Passport. That's right, the SUV that previously looked like little more than a Honda Pilot with the back end chopped off has gotten an extreme makeover for the 2026 model year. We'll not only be going over all the important details of this rugged new Honda, including what you get with every trim level and configuration, but we'll be answering an important question. Is this all new Passport the answer for buyers left disappointed by the controversial new Toyota 4Runner, and is it set to dethrone the legendary off-roader? Let's find out. Before we really get into a comparison, let's get some context on the Honda Passport. We first saw this nameplate for the 1993 model year, where it was badge engineered and also sold under the Isuzu Rodeo name. And after an update for 1998, it would disappear for 2 entire decades until it was reintroduced as essentially a shorter version of the third generation Honda Pilot. And while this was a solid SUV similar to its Pilot's sibling, it was largely unremarkable. Despite this, it became a very important vehicle to Honda. The Passport has the largest conquest rate of any Honda SUV, meaning even more than the wildly successful Pilot or even more popular CR-V, more buyers came to the Honda Passport from other brands. Not only that, it also sells to more buyers under the age of 40 than other key competitors in its segment, according to Honda. We're not sure if they're directly talking about the 4Runner here, but given the 4Runner's higher and higher price tag, and for the sake of drama, let's assume they are. Instead of playing it safe, Honda decided to double down on this new Passport. The design was taken from the Born Wild concept with what they call a bold backpack design theme. If the purposeful rugged design isn't enough, the platform was engineered from the very beginning with the intentions of giving the Passport legitimate off-road capability. Honda made the platform much more rigid, extended the wheelbase, made the track wider, and reduced front and rear overhangs to improve not only off-roading characteristics, but ride quality and on-road dynamics as well. And while much is new and improved, many of the strong aspects of the Honda DNA still remain. The strong Honda V6 lives on, in stark contrast to the almost ubiquitous move of putting small turbocharged engines in everything, no matter the size. This is something that many former loyalists of other brands may begin to take notice of, and put this SUV on their shopping list. Don't believe me? All it takes is some scrolling through the comments of our video on the all-new Toyota 4Runner, which swapped a bulletproof V6 for a Turbo 4 with or without a hybrid system, to see the absolutely viscerally negative reactions of many. While this can have some advantages in terms of fuel economy or even power in a lot of cases, it's not popular. It's not even just the 4Runner, this is a move that's happening across many different vehicles, brands, and segments. Many consumers and reviewers alike just do not like the idea of small boosted engines powering their big vehicles. Whether it's the idea that turbocharged engines are worse for reliability, more expensive to maintain, or even just that they sound worse, this is just a reality for many car buyers. But, at least for those eyeing the all-new Passport, that's not yet anything you have to worry about. On a more positive front, every new Honda Passport will be powered by a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 engine rated at 285 horsepower, mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. All Passports will also get standard torque vectoring all-wheel drive via Honda's second-gen Intelligent Variable Torque Management, or IVTM4 all-wheel drive system and Trail Torque Logic. Fuel economy will vary slightly based on trim, with RTL trims earning an EPA estimated 21 miles per gallon combined, and TrailSport and TrailSport Elite models will be rated at 20 miles per gallon combined. Regardless of trim, every Passport will feature a multitude of different integrated drive modes to better suit the driving conditions. You'll be able to pick between normal, econ, sport, snow, tow, trail, and sand modes. Ride will come by way of an independent McPherson strut front suspension and multi-link rear suspension, with TrailSport models featuring more off-road focused tuning, and towing capacity will be 5,000 pounds when properly equipped regardless of trim level. The Passport comes pretty well equipped right out of the gate, so we've got a lot to talk about in terms of standard features. On the outside you'll get LED headlights with auto on-off, heated side mirrors, rear privacy glass, a power tailgate, black roof rails, an active shutter grille, a push-to-release fuel filler door, a capless fuel filler, key fob activated remote engine start, and smart entry with walkaway auto lock on the front doors, leading inside where you'll have a 10-way power driver's seat, including memory and power lumbar support, a front passenger seat with 4-way power adjustment, heated front seats, an acoustic windshield, active sound control, an auto-dimming rearview mirror, tri-zone automatic climate control, auto up-down power windows, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, illuminated steering wheel mounted controls, a tilt and telescopic steering column, push-button start, one-touch turn indicators, sliding sun visors for the driver and passenger, illuminated driver and front passenger vanity mirrors, front and rear LED map lights, cargo bins with hidden storage well, a compact spare tire, a sunglasses holder, lockable glove compartment, and 60/40 split folding second row seats. For tech, you'll get a standard 10.2-inch digital gauge cluster, as well as a 12.3-inch color touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, Alexa built in, Google built in. This will also include 3-year unlimited data for in-vehicle apps, HD radio. You can't, however, get SiriusXM in the Passport if that's important to you. You'll also have speed-sensitive volume compensation, 12-volt power outlets in the front and cargo area, a wireless phone charger. You'll have a total of 4 USB-C ports, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear, Honda Link, and Wi-Fi hotspot capability. We'll start with the Honda Sensing suite of safety features, featuring collision mitigation braking with advanced pedestrian detection, road departure mitigation, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control with low speed follow, traffic sign recognition, traffic jam assist, blind spot information system with lane change assist, cross traffic monitor, low speed braking control, a driver attention monitor, auto high beam headlights, and 4 front and 4 rear parking sensors. Some additional safety features will include hill start assist, hill descent control, an anti-lock braking system, an electronic parking brake with brake hold, vehicle stability assist with traction control, electronic brake distribution, brake assist, rollover mitigation, trailer stability assist, hill start assist, agile handling assist, a tire pressure monitoring system, ACE body structure, advanced front airbags, front side airbags, side curtain airbags with a rollover sensor, and front knee airbags. You'll also get lower anchors and tethers for child seats in all of the rear seating positions, a seatbelt reminder for all seating positions, a rear seat reminder, a security system with an immobilizer, and a rear view camera. Let's talk trims. While there are technically 7 different trims available for the 2026 Passport, there are really only 3 grades that have significant differences to look at. First, there's the entry-level RTL, which will also include the RTL Towing and RTL Blackout. Next, you got the rugged TrailSport and the TrailSport Blackout. Last, the top dog TrailSport Elite and the TrailSport Elite Blackout. All the prices listed in this video are simply base MSRP taken straight from Honda's website. These do not include destination charges or any fees or taxes, so keep that in mind. We'll start with the RTL with a base MSRP of $44,750. In addition to standard features, this trim will give you 18-inch shark gray alloys wrapped in all-season tires. On the inside, you'll be treated to leather and cloth seats, white LED ambient lighting, carpet floor mats, and an audio system with 9 speakers, including a subwoofer. Next, let's talk the RTL Towing with a base MSRP of $45,450. Yes, this is its own trim level, and quite literally the only thing it adds is a Class 3 trailer hitch with a harness and a hitch panel. This is the only way to get the trailer hitch from the factory on the RTL, but as you'll see, this is standard fare on all TrailSport models. Next, the RTL Blackout with a base MSRP of $45,950. This is essentially an RTL with a black appearance package. It will add 18-inch black alloys, black lug nuts, HPD center caps, and black Honda badges. So there's a blackout version on every trim of the TrailSport. The interesting thing is that basically everything included in the blackout can be optioned onto the non-blackout trim, just at a higher cost. As an example, the RTL Blackout is $1,200 more than the non-blackout, as is the case with the other 2 trims. But if you wanted, you could option the same 18-inch black wheels for $1,840 and a black emblem package for $255. Not sure why this possibility exists or if it's even important, but I just had to point it out. Anyways, exterior color and interior color options will be the same across all RTL trims. I'll show graphics of both the non-blackout and the blackout for better visualization, and the RTL Towing looks pretty much the same as the non-blackout. Exterior color options for the RTL will include crystal black, modern steel, obsidian blue. We've also got some premium options for $455 that will include platinum white, radiant red, or sonic gray. Interior color options will include black leather and cloth, available with the crystal black, modern steel, radiant red, or sonic gray exterior colors. Or you can choose gray leather and cloth, available with the obsidian blue, platinum white, or sonic gray exterior colors. Next, let's move up to the TrailSport with a starting MSRP of $48,450. This will add underbody skid plates, off-road tuned suspension, 18-inch matte shark gray alloys wrapped in all-terrain tires, a rear camera washer, LED TrailSport amber daytime running lights, LED fog lights, a panoramic moonroof with tilt and slide function, a heated wiper zone, turn indicators in the side mirrors, standard class 3 trailer hitch with harness and hitch panel, gloss black power folding side mirrors, high visibility orange recovery hooks, durable leatherette and cloth seats with TrailSport orange stitching and accents, amber ambient LED lighting, TrailSport all-season floor mats, and a 115-volt power outlet in both the second row and the rear cargo area. Next, let's look at the TrailSport Blackout trim with a starting MSRP of $49,650. And the only additions you'll get by stepping up to the TrailSport Blackout, again, are the 18-inch black alloys with HPD center caps and black Honda badges. Your exterior color options for both the TrailSport and the TrailSport Blackout will include crystal black, modern steel, obsidian blue. You've also got your premium paint options for $455, which include ash green, platinum white, radiant red, sonic gray, or sunset orange. And the only interior option is that black interior with the orange accents. Now let's talk TrailSport Elite with a starting MSRP of $52,450. This will give you 18-inch Berlina black with machine finish alloy wheels, a multi-view camera system or 360 camera, a front camera washer, trail watch, acoustic front side glass, smart entry with walkway auto lock on all doors and the tailgate, power lift tailgate with hands-free access and walkaway close, auto dimming side mirrors, rain sensing windshield wipers, perforated leather with contrast stitching and accents and black piping, ventilated front seats, rear outboard heated seats, a heated steering wheel. We're back to white ambient LED lighting, carpet floor mats, integrated rear door sunshades, and a Bose premium sound system with 12 speakers, including a subwoofer. If you'd like to have your TrailSport Elite blacked out, you can choose the TrailSport Elite Blackout for $53,650. This will again add 18-inch black alloys with HPD center caps and black Honda badges. Exterior color options on the TrailSport Elite and TrailSport Elite Blackout will include crystal black, modern steel, obsidian blue. We also got those premium paint options for $455, which include ash green, platinum white, radiant red, sonic gray, or sunset orange. You can choose a black interior, which is available with all exterior colors except obsidian blue. You can choose a gray interior, which is your only option with the obsidian blue, and also available with the ash green, platinum white, or sonic gray exterior colors. Or this gorgeous brown interior, which is only offered with the ash green, platinum white, or sunset orange exterior colors. Option packages are going to be basically the same across all trims, so we'll cover them here. First, there's the confusing and more expensive DIY blackout you can do. Not super important, but if you missed this, I talked about it in the RTL blackout portion of this video. In addition to that, you can also add these unique 18-inch white alloy wheels. It's giving Bronco Sport Heritage trim, but I think it looks cool. Let me know what you guys think. The Passport also has some cool accessory packages. First, there's the Adventure package for $1,585, which is going to include a tailgate table shelf, a cargo utility light, a mole panel set, and a roof platform. There's also an HPD package for $1,800, which is going to add some HPD fender emblems, front scuff plate, rock sliders, a hood decal, and HPD center caps. Last, all my fellow dog lovers should appreciate the Pet Protection package for $750, which adds a cargo barrier, seat back protectors, and a cargo tray. Not sure if I'd personally spring for any of these, but I'm not going to knock Honda for offering them, and I can see the appeal of driving your new SUV off the lot with some of these accessories already installed. Let's put these different variations into some context using the 5-year true cost to own metric from Edmunds.com. This proprietary metric takes into account insurance, maintenance, repairs, taxes and fees, financing, depreciation, and predicted fuel costs. This does assume 15,000 miles per year of driving and will vary based on location, So if you're really interested in these numbers, I'd suggest you go look into this for yourself. There's no real surprises here in terms of overall true cost to own. The difference in TCO between trims is going to be pretty relative to the difference in MSRP, although one thing that really stuck out is just how slight the increase in predicted depreciation is across all trims. While the difference in MSRP from the entry-level RTL to the highest priced Elite Blackout is nearly $9,000, the range for depreciation is less than $4,000. It's especially evident when looking at the predicted residual values after 5 years and 75,000 miles, where we see the high-end Elite trims expected to retain close to 70% of their original value. The lower spec RTL trims are expected to retain less than 60. All things considered, these are all pretty good, but if you need to justify springing for the top dog to your significant other, here you go. Let's look at US nationwide inventory by trim for the 2026 Passport. Even though this is a 2026 model, these started showing up on dealer lots back in February of 2025, and you should be able to get your hands on these, which is in stark contrast to the Toyota 4Runner, which is a 2025 model year vehicle, and I'm yet to see one on the road where I live. I don't know. Drop down in the comments below if you've seen more 2026 Passports or 2025 4Runners driving around. Anyways, it looks like Blackout versions will be a little harder to come by regardless of trim. RTL trims are a little more sparse, but not by much, especially if you include those with and without the towing package. Most plentiful overall will be the top Elite trims, though not sure if this is an indication that demand has been higher for the lower trims or if Honda is just really pumping these out. Alright, let's start off the top pick segment here, attempting to answer the question we posed at the beginning of the video. Can this all-new Honda Passport dethrone the 4Runner? Or maybe a more relevant question, if you're traditionally a fan of Toyota off-roaders but you've been put off by the recent changes for the newest generation of 4Runner, is this new Passport worth considering? I'll do my best to answer this using objective fact, but at the end of the day, the vehicles we choose to spend our lives driving has largely subjective emotional components. As far as just pure off-roading prowess, the 4Runner should remain king. Whether it's rocking a V6 or a turbo hybrid 4-cylinder, the underlying engineering of the 4Runner has always been targeted at capability. The most rugged 4Runner trims like the TRD Pro, or honestly even the TRD Off-Road, have a lot more experience than Honda at doing what this new Passport or even the TrailSport branding from Honda has been trying to do in recent years. In a vacuum, the 4Runner should outperform the Passport off-road. But we don't live in a vacuum. Very few of us spend more time driving through creek beds than we do on roads and highways, and very few of us have the level of income where we can justify 60, 70, even 80,000 or more on a new SUV like we see from the new 4Runner. Okay, so the price win goes to the Passport, but the new 4Runner ditched the V6 for better fuel economy, so does it win there? Well, actually only slightly. The new hybrid 4Runner certainly improves on its fuel economy from the previous version, but it really doesn't beat the V6 Passport that handily. But here's the real kicker. The hybrid powertrain is only offered on more expensive trims of the 4Runner and is more expensive than the base Turbo 4, meaning you're spending close to top trim Passport money, and in many cases much more, just to get a couple more MPGs. Well, what about size? The 4Runner has a bigger stature than the Passport. In fact, I actually think the shape of this is not far off from the smaller Ford Bronco Sport. Well, no surprise that Honda actually kills it on packaging. Looking at the dimensions, the Passport actually appears to be a roomier experience with way more legroom and width for rear passengers thanks to the longer wheelbase and more overall cargo volume. In fact, here are the Bronco Sport dimensions for even more perspective. The 4Runner is more purpose-built for off-roading, and that seems to result in some sacrifices. That means the answer to both these questions requires some introspection. What is most important to you? The one angle that can only be decided in the comment section of this video and every other video comparing these two vehicles is the cool factor. Can the Passport be as cool as the 4Runner, or is it cooler already? That, my friends, is totally subjective. With that out of the way, now let's talk which Passport to buy. As a quick aside, I have a tagline I've said in pretty much every video on my channel: life's too short to drive a base model. And this is the first time where I cannot sign off with that in good faith. The base model RTL, if you can even really call it a base model, is absolutely loaded. Honda's packaging in terms of trims is so streamlined, it almost calls the whole purpose of this channel, that is untangling the typically complex web of features and options depending on the trim you buy, into question. It also shows that Honda has largely been listening to its critics. Nearly any review you watch on the Honda Pilot, we also did one, make sure to watch that if you happen to be cross-shopping the Pilot and Passport, will call out the smaller screens Honda uses, especially on the base model. Not only does the base RTL feature a bigger screen, but it also gives you the bigger option even on the cheapest spec. Big win. Stepping up to the TrailSport, and you're adding a laundry list of additional features, plus the more rugged looks and slightly more off-road focus. This is a solid option, more based on the merits of the Passport itself and all the features they include, and less about the TrailSport trim itself. Personally, I'd have a hard time springing for the TrailSport without springing all the way to the TrailSport Elite. It is 4,000 more, but if I'm going beyond the base RTL anyways, I think I'd regret missing out on the premium audio system, ventilated seats, and 360 camera, which are all features only available in the top configuration. The Blackout package on any of these trims may be worth skipping. Honda did a great job with all the wheel designs across all the trims here, and they all have a pretty dark finish anyways. As for badges, you've got the standalone option of the Blackout badges, or Plasti Dip is still cheap. So even if you like the Blackout look, maybe save yourself the $1,200, but if you like the Blackout look better, more power to you. All that said, everybody has different tastes, so let us know in the comments which one you'd choose. Also, at the risk of upsetting the large portion of my audience that found me thanks to a Toyota video, would you take this Passport over a 4Runner? Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, life is short, but not too short to drive a Honda Passport, whatever spec you choose, even if it's the base model. If you're curious about the 4Runner and need to decide for yourself, make sure you check out our video on the all-new 4Runner.